Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, as you know that we have completed our syllabus and from my last video I have started revision. So first we have started revision of Hornbill. So in last video I revised first chapter of Hornbill, that is the portrait of a lady by Khushwant Singh. In this video I am going to revise poem 1, a photograph written by Shirley Tolson. So as in my last video I revised the chapter with the help of PPT. In the same way I am going to revise this poem with the help of PPT. Okay, so first we will go through the about the poetess, then summary of the poem, important facts of the poem, theme of the poem. We will also discuss poetic devices. We will also discuss hard words and their meanings. Okay, so let us begin revision of this poem, a photograph written by Shirley Townsend. So dear students, the PPT which you can see on the screen, it has been prepared by two students of your class, Akansha Singh and Alka Pandey. So I hope this PPT is going to be very helpful for you in a quick revision of the poem. Let us begin. First we are going to read about the author. You can see the images of author Shirley Tolson on your screen. Shirley Tolson was born on 20th May 1924 in Henley-on-Thames, England, as the daughter of Douglas Horsfall Dixon and Marjorie Brown. She was a poet, teacher, educational journalist and editor, and the author of books was Walks Along the Ancient Track and Roads of Britain. She had a huge passion in writing and was greatly influenced by her father, who was a writer too. She secured a BA on literature from Brockhurst College in London. She married Alan Brown John on 6th February 1960. They had 3 children, but after 9 years they divorced on March 1969. Celtic Christianity influenced her greatly, that most of her major works like Celtic Alternative in 1987 and Celtic Year in 1993 were made on that topic. But unfortunately she died at the age of 94. Theme of the poem. The poem presents a contrast between the performance of the nature and the transitory nature of the lives of human beings. The theme of the poem photograph is loss, memory and transience of life. It explores how people may die, but in a strange way they continue to live on in form of memories. In this poem, the poetess recalls her mother and her memories while looking at her childhood photograph when her mother was 12 years old or so. We all know that human life is not permanent. We undergo stark changes from birth to death. Death of poetess mother has now overpowered the innocence of these moments and pleasure they treasured. Human life is full of obstacles and challenges from which we have to come across. Our life never remains in the same test. On the other hand, elements of nature like the sea tends to remain in the same state. Understanding poem through key points. The poet looks at the cardboard on which there is a childhood photograph of her mother. She had gone for a sea holiday with her two cousins Betty and Dolly. While they were paddling, their uncle took a photograph of them. Both the cousins were holding the hands of her mother, who was the eldest among the girls. This was before the poet was born. Time flight past, since all those who are in the photograph underwent changes while the sea remained the same. Her mother would look at the photograph after about 20 to 30 years and laugh nostalgically. She used to look at the photograph and she used to laugh nostalgically. Now for the poet, her mother's laughter and her sea holiday is a thing of past. Her mother died about 12 years ago. The silence of the photograph silences the poet. She experiences great loss. Now, central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem, photograph, is that both poet and mother encounter loss at different phases of time. The mother suffers, it should be suffers, it is misprinting here. The mother suffers distortion on account of loss of her childhood, and the poet suffers distortion on account of loss of her mother. Summary of the poem now. The poetess looks at the photograph of her late mother with her two cousins on a sea beach. The mother was eldest of the three, 12 years old, and had a lovely face. They were escorted by the uncle who clicked the camera. The girls stood in shallow water. The sea waves seemed to be washing their feet, which changed fast, and the passes of time. Only sea has shown no change in its behavior over years. The mother happened to see her photo after a time gap of some 20-30 years. She was amused to see the pretty beach dresses of all the three girls. She blushed and laughed. She told the poetess that they had been dressed for the pleasure trip by her cousins. The sea holiday was the mother's past, but after she had passed away, her laughter became a thing of the past for the poetess. Both had lost their newness with the passing of time. The photograph is twisted and faded. The memory of the mother's laughter was also grown faint. The mother of the poetess died some 12 years ago. The poetess had faced only blank silence after her mother's death. She has nothing to say about that period since the mother left. So dear students, it's all about the poem. So we have seen that how in this poem the poetess is suffering from the loss of the past, how she was suffering because of her mother's death, and how her mother was suffering when she used to look at that photograph in which they spend their valuable sea holidays. Now some difficult words and their meanings from the poem. Cardboard means very stiff paperboard on which the photograph was pasted. Paddling, walking through shallow water in bare feet, still without moving or shaking. Smile through, smiling faces could be seen through their hair which was flying over their faces. Terribly, extremely, transient, temporary, testing only for a short time. Ease means comfort, snapshot the photo. Labored ease of loss means both had suffered the ravages of time and bore of loss. The photo is fading and the poetess has learned to bear the loss of her mother with the passing of time. Now poetic devices used in this poem. First is allusion. An allusion is a reference or an incidental mention of something, either directly or by implication. An example of this in the poem is cardboard, which actually refers to the photograph. Alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the initial letter of several words, making the stressed syllable in a line of the poem. Example in the poem is stood still, repetition of letter S to smile. Terribly transient, repetition of the letter T. Its silence, silence is repetition of letter S. So these are alliteration. Transferred epithet. It is like an adjective. A transferred epithet is a description that refers to a character or event but is used to describe a different situation or character. Transient feat is an example of the transferred epithet because it refers to human feet, but it is used to describe the lack of permanence of human life. Oxymoron. Oxymoron, which gives a opposite sense. In this, there are two opposite ideas that are joined to create an effect. Labored ease. So dear students, in the poem, labored ease is an example of oxymoron. Labored meaning with great difficulty and ease means comfortably. So both words have opposite, both words are opposite in meaning, but here they are clubbed together. So such pair of words which are opposite in meaning but they club together, they are called oxymoron. Okay, like bitter love. Okay, personification. So we know that when anything is given human qualities, so it is personification. The example is its silence, silences. The situation has been given the human qualities of silence. So when any non-living things or such objects which don't possess human qualities but they are given human qualities, so such poetic device is called personification. So dear students, now it's time for the practice from question answer. First let us go through some solved question answer, then we will go through some questions which you have to practice. Solved questions from the chapter. Comment on the tone of the poem. So the tone of the poem is that of sadness. The poetess looks at an old photograph of her mother and she reminds her mother who is no more. She recalls the moment when her mother was 12 years old and she looked pretty and happy. Second one, what is the significance of cardboard frame? The cardboard frame on the photograph shows the lack of permanence of human life. What is silence and how has it silenced the poet? So the death of the poetess mother has silenced the poet. The poet is left without words. She has nothing to say. What is the peculiar about the sea in the photograph? So the peculiar thing about sea is that it has an unchangeable quality. The person in the photograph have seen and undergone massive changes. The people in the photograph have seen and undergone massive changes while the sea has not changed much. Explain the phrase, both re with labored ease of loss. Both the poet and her mother are disappointed with the losses which they have suffered, but they have to accept the change in order to move on. What does poetess say about her mother? The poetess mother was a young and pretty girl when the photograph was clicked by uncle on the beach. She had a sweet face. A photograph was clicked long before the poetess was born. Now dear students, some unsolved questions for your practice. You must write these questions and practice. In what context has the phrase terribly transient feat been used in the poem? What does this circumstance refer to? What has not changed over the years and with? What philosophy of life does the poem reflect? What are the different phases that the three stanzas depict in the poem? Who are Betty and Dolly? What contrast does the poem present between the nature and the humans? Explain brief the theme and motive of the poem. So dear students, I hope this presentation was very helpful for you, which was submitted to me and prepared by Akansha and Alka of 11th class. Now let us go through some more materials and take some more questions, solved questions and unsolved questions for practice. Okay. So now dear students, let us go through this supporting material, which again will be very fruitful for us to recall the poem once again, so that dear students, we will never forget about the poem. Once I explained the poem, line by line, everything in my videos have been discussed. You can watch the videos on YouTube, and now we are going to revise the things in detail. So deeply we are going to revise each and every chapter, which is really going to be very fruitful for you. So once again, what we have discussed the theme of the poem. What is the theme of the poem? The poem presents a contrast between the permanence of the nature and the transitory, that is ever changing, nature of the lives of human beings. Human life is not permanent. We undergo stark changes from birth till old age that we finally meet and end. On the other hand, elements of nature like the sea tend to remain in the same state. So, what are the main points of the poem which we have discussed? The poet recollects how her mother laughed at the old photograph of her sea holiday. She also felt disappointed at the same time at the loss of her childhood joys. The sea holiday was mother's past, while the mother's smile is the poetess past. At different points of time, both of them tried to reconcile with their respective losses with great difficulty. For the poet, the death of her mother brings great sadness and an acute sense of loss. The painful silence of the situation leaves her with no words to express her grief, thus, the silence silences her. Poetic device we have discussed: allusion, transferred epithet, alliteration, oxymoron, and personification. Now, extract. Let us go through some questions based on extracts. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girls' cousins went paddling, each of them holding my mother's hand, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncles with the camera. So, what does the word cardboard suggest? So, the word cardboard suggests a photograph. How many persons are there in the photograph? So, there are three persons in the photograph: the poet's mother and her two girl cousins. Why were the two cousins holding on to the poet's mother? So the girl cousins were holding on to the poet's mother because she was the oldest amongst them. The line also suggests affection and a sense of security. What is the age of the poet's mother in the photograph? So the poet's mother is about 12 years of age. Where the girls standing? The girls are enjoying a holiday at the beach. Explain smile through their hair. So the soft breeze at the beach had swept the hair of the girls on their faces. Which poetic device has been used in the second line? So it is alliteration in stood still to smile. Second stanza. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. What does the poet say about the mother? So the poetess mother, what does the poetess say about her mother? The poetess mother was a young and pretty girl when the photograph was clicked. She had a sweet face. This photograph was clicked long before the poetess was born. What is particular about the sea in the photograph? What is peculiar about the sea in the photograph? So the peculiar thing about sea is that it has an unchangeable quality. The persons in the photograph have undergone massive changes, while the sea has not changed much. Which poetic device has been used in the line? So it is alliteration and transferred epithet in terribly transient feat. Explain terribly transient feat. So the phrase suggests the transient nature of human beings. We undergo massive changes from the time of birth till old age before death takes over. These changes are terrible because we suffer from many losses as we grow older. Next stanza. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both rave with the labored ease of loss. So, how would the poet's mother have reacted to the photograph? So, the poet says that her mother would have laughed at the photograph. She would have found their dresses, strange and funny. Who are Betty and Dolly? So Betty and Dolly are the two girls' cousins of the poet's mother. Which two things now belongs to the past? So the sea holiday was the past of the poet's mother. The mother's laughter is the past of the poet because the mother is no longer alive. Find out the word from the extract which means disappointed, that is re. Identify the poetic device used in the last line. So it is oxymoron we have just discussed, labored ease of loss. Explain the phrase both re with labored ease of loss. So both the poet and her mother are disappointed with the losses which they have suffered, but they have to accept changes in order to move on. Now, she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Who is she in the above lines? So she refers to the poet's mother. Explain this. She refers to the poet's mother. Now explain this circumstance. So the poet feels deeply sad about the death of her mother. This is the circumstance which has been referred to here. How much time has passed away since the mother's death? So the poet's mother passed away nearly 20 years ago. What is the mental state of the poet in these lines? So the poet is feeling sad while looking at the photograph because it reminds her of the mother's death. Identify and explain the poetic device used in the last line. It is alliteration, it silences. The poet is feeling emotional as the photograph kindles sad memories of the death of her mother. The painful silence of the situation leaves her with no words to express her grief. Thus silence silences her. So here students, some more questions for your practice. If you honestly go through the video and answer these questions, so I ensure you that you will get good marks in your examination. So what has the camera captured? Why did mother laugh at the snapshot? In what context has the phrase terribly transient feat been used in this poem? What does the poet tell us about the sea? What does this circumstance refer to? Both the poet and her mother experience losses in their lives. What are those losses? Its silence silences, says the poet. What has silenced the poet? The three stanzas depict three different phases. What are they? What impressions do you form of the poet's mother after reading the poem? A photograph. Describe the three girls as they pose for the photograph. The poet's mother laughed at the snapshot. What did this laugh indicate? What has not changed over the years? Why? What are the feelings of the poetess when she sees her mother's photograph? What philosophy of life does the poem reflect? Comment on the tone of the poem. So dear students, it's all about this poem now. So I hope students you must have understood the theme of the poem, central idea of the poem, and also some questions have been given for your practice. Must go through those questions, must write their answers in your notebook and send me on my mail. Okay, so it's all about today's video. So I hope this video is going to be very fruitful for you. So thank you for watching the video. See you tomorrow.